Hey, what's up? It's your boy Serrano. Welcome back to another video. So today we have the Moto G Stylus, and what you're getting, and when you get this device, is the Type-C cable as well as the SIM removal card. Now on the Moto G Pure, you're actually getting a little bit more. You do get the brick, the Type-C cable, and the SIM removal card. Now, as far as the unboxing, obviously Motorola's going with the recyclable package with plastic-free packaging. So obviously you're not going to get the brick or whatever. So they kind of try to, save money in that sense. But when it comes to both of these, they both feel pretty good. They both have like a matted texture. And so the material on the outside is definitely going to be fingerprint resistant or fingerprint retarded. And so on the left side you get your SIM removal slot. You can see that the Moto G Pure is a little bit taller, and they're both 6.5 inch displays. So the Moto G Pure is a little bit taller, and they both have, the Moto G Pure is going to have the headphone jack at the top with a microphone up top, and the Stylus is going to have the microphone without the headphone jack up top. So you're going to notice it's down below. And when they both have the Type-C with the speakers, the Moto G Pure has one speaker, but we actually get two speakers with the Moto G Stylus. And then you can see the volume rockers are separated on the Moto G Stylus, and you get your power button below, but you get a textured power button on the Pure, which is kind of cool. I really like that. And then you get your volume rocker right here. So let's just go ahead and test these out. When it comes to the displays, we're going to test out the fingerprint, the software as well, and we're also going to jump into some of the similarities and differences between both of these devices. So I definitely think they're both going to offer a unique experience. But this is the G Stylus, which is the 2023 phone, and so the Moto G Stylus is going to actually have a lot better performance based off of what I'm seeing here. It just feels a lot quicker. And so let me put them both on full brightness, and you can see that they're both completely up when it comes to the brightness. So they're both going to charge at some pretty decent speeds as well. It's not going to be like completely fast charging on both of these, but as far as the charging speeds, we do get 15 watts fast charging on the Moto G Stylus. And then on the Moto G Pure, when it comes to the charging speeds for this phone, it's going to basically give you a charging speed of about 10 watts. So you do get quicker charging on the Moto G Stylus. So I just want to mention that. Now I want to jump into the panels, because this is something that's very important when it comes to using a device. And the panels are going to be a subject that most people want to talk about, because a lot of people like their panel to be like very vivid when it comes to the colors, but also for the budget price point, you can't really expect too much when it comes to like a display. But regardless, they're both going to have exact same displays on both. So you're going to notice that they're the same exact panel. You do get a punch hole cutout on the Moto G Stylus, which is kind of cool. You do get the waterfall drop notch on the Motorola G Pure. And so the G series is basically for people who are trying to save money. Obviously, the Motorola G Stylus definitely has a more zippier quickness to it. And so if we go into the settings, you're going to notice that when it comes to the displays, we're getting a faster refresh rate. When it comes to the Stylus, is definitely going to be quicker when it comes to browsing. And that's one of the things that stands out when you compare both of these devices, is that this thing actually flies. It has a 90 hertz refresh rate. And when it comes to the G Pure, it doesn't fly, it doesn't zip. It basically gets by when it comes to the performance. You get a 60 hertz display on there, it seems like the reaction times of the Moto G stylus are a lot quicker for most things that you're trying to do. But as far as the displays, they're the exact same display. They both have 270 pixels per inch. They both have that 1080 or that 720 by 1600 when it comes to, you know, like the resolution. And so when it comes to the aspect ratio, they're both 20:9 as well. And so the Moto G Pure just kind of has like this lag to it, which is something that I'm not a huge fan of. It takes a long time for things to load up in the background and stuff like that. It took a hot minute, but I know that PUBG is downloaded on there, which is the reason why it might lag behind. But regardless, they both have the HD plus displays. And so, you know, you can see right here, I'm touching it, but it has a slow reaction time, whereas the Moto G stylus doesn't lag whatsoever. It actually zips through everything that I'm trying to do. And so that's going to lead me into talking about the gaming performance, because if you're looking to game on either one of these devices, and here is the software update that I just got for the G stylus 2023, and it's really bothering me right now, like the lag on the G Pure. I'm not sure if it's downloading some other things in the background, but I know it's doing an update. I'm gonna actually reset the Moto G stylus and wait for it to come back on. I'm also gonna see if we can get the Moto G Pure up to date, because this thing is kind of far behind as well. It's about 2 or 3 months behind. I think it's running on the like a older, let me just go into system updates, and then if I click on the system updates for this device, let's just see, it's actually downloading. So that's the reason why it's a little bit laggy in the background, is because it's downloading this app in the back, this update in the background. But regardless, they both have pretty good price points. You can both get them for a really low price. The Pure you can get for as low, you can get it for free, or you can get it for like $85, maybe even $50. Whereas the Moto G stylus is going to be around $199 or $159, depending if you can get a good deal on it. So you can see it's booting back up. Let me pause the video and I'll get right back with you. Now you can see when it comes to the storage, we do have an advantage here when it comes to the G stylus, because we're getting 64 gigabytes of internal storage. Now on the Moto G Pure, it's only giving us 32 gigabytes. So we get 3 gigabytes of RAM on the G Pure, and then we get 4 gigabytes of RAM on the G stylus. So it's definitely going to be an upgrade here if you're looking to update from the Pure to the G stylus. I'm going to go ahead and click update now. It's still loading that in the background right now. So, you know, so basically you're going to get better storage capacity when it comes to the Motorola G Pure for sure. I mean, when it comes to the G stylus for sure. So that's just going to be something that I wanted to throw out there. And so you're going to get better performance, better cameras too. You know, they do come with this app, which is really good for tracking the weather and stuff like that. I like the widget, the weather widget on the Moto G Pure. It has a really nice Moto widget. When you actually touch this part, it gives you a nice weather widget and stuff. So there is a slight delay when it comes to this phone. I'm not even going to cap. Like, a lot of people get frustrated when using this device, and I could see where their frustrations lie. So, you know what I mean? That's just going to be something you're going to have to deal with. Let's clear out all the apps on both of these phones and do a quick speed test. And when it comes to the processing speeds, I'm going to get into the gaming in just a second, but let's do Play Store 1, 2, 3. And you can see the advantage here is going to go to the stylus, but let's just go ahead update this one. It's telling me to do that, but this one did go to the G stylus. Let's do Facebook 1, 2, 3. Much quicker on the Moto G stylus. let's try a few more apps. But you can see right here, it's definitely going to be quicker. Definitely going to be quicker on the Moto G Stylus. So regardless of what app you open, it's always going to be a lot faster when it comes to using the Motorola G Stylus. And I did want to talk about the speakers. Now we do get something called audio effects on the Moto G Pure, and audio effects is kind of cool because it's basically provides premium listening through your loudspeaker of your phone. But we actually get the customized Dolby Atmos right here on the Moto G Stylus, which is a lot better. It's definitely more dynamic and customizable when it comes to the features, because you can customize the bass boost and this virtualizer for surround sound and stuff. So you're getting a much more premium experience when it comes to that part. They both have this one has a FM radio, the Moto G Pure, which is really cool to see. I like the fact that it has the FM radio on there, and we also do get that on the Moto G Stylus as well. Now, if you're looking to game or something like that, then the definite phone that you would pick up would be the Moto G Stylus here. Now, you can still game on the Pure when it comes to like light games and stuff. So both of these devices, obviously the Moto G Pure was released in 2021 in October, so it's about 2 years old now. And the Moto G Pure was released like, much more recent. So it was released this year. And also the other thing is that, it's a brand new phone. It was released just in May. So it's going to be getting 1 year of software updates on this thing. Whereas the Moto G Pure is not going to be getting any more like solid updates when it comes to it. So that's just another thing I want to mention. And then when it comes to the processing chips on both of these things, it's going to be a better experience because the Moto G Pure is definitely going to have that older G25 from the MediaTek Helio package. And so you're going to be getting the IMG Power VR GE 8320, which is it's not the most powerful chip that I've ever used in my life. Like, let me just get this cloth real quick, but it's not the most powerful phone for gaming or nothing like that. So if you did want to game on here, it would be very, very light gaming. It wouldn't be anything heavy. And like, you're gonna get that S Pen too with the Moto G Pure, G Stylus, which is definitely gonna be cool because you get a lot of different features on there. And as you can see, you can't use it with this screen. It's a special screen that you could only use it with this phone. So, it's built just for this phone. And obviously you could take your notes, you could jot down ideas with it. You could also use it as a tool for like getting things done, especially if you're the type of person who just likes an extra pen. You have that here. It does have that capability to go into the phone. The speakers are also going to be really nice when it comes to gaming, listening to music, talking on phone calls on both. But I think you're going to get a much louder speaker on the Moto G Stylus for sure, because it's got that dual speakers and everything like that. So yeah, this one's going to have the more powerful chip. It's going to be the MediaTek Helio series as well. But the one thing that this one's going to offer is that 90 hertz refresh rate. It's also going to give you the ARM Mali GPU G52. And it's also going to give you the MediaTek Helio G85, which is a better performing phone. There's no lag. It's very clean when it comes to the overall animations. And everything just seems to move very quickly. There's no stutter or delay. So a really good experience when it comes to the sound quality as well as the performance. And last thing I want to talk about is the cameras. on both of these things. But you can see right here, as far as this device right here, it's asking me to select my hero. So let's click start. And this device right here, you can do gaming on here, but you are gonna notice the delay and lag. Like right there, the phone just freezed up on me. And I don't know if it's doing it's because it's doing the update, but most phones do actually have the capacity to do different tasks while downloaded in the background. This phone right here isn't gonna be especially friendly when it comes to doing multiple things at once. This is like one of those devices where you have to do one thing at a time in order for it to actually get stuff done. So this phone does get laggy. It does get a little bit slow for every now and then. You're gonna notice that it's gonna drop frames like right here, and that shouldn't really happen when it comes to a budget phone. But obviously it is doing an update. So I'm just showing you right now, the performance is very laggy right now because it's doing actual background tasks and stuff like that. So I just want to make a mental note of that for you guys so you could see the difference between these two devices. So, you know, if you're looking for a better performing phone and you have the Moto G Pure, you should definitely consider the Moto G Stylus for sure, because of that, you know, that background lag when you're trying to get stuff done, especially like gaming and even doing Google Maps and GPS. Like the phone does freeze a lot. So, you know, you can always clear all the apps in the background to make it faster. But one of the things that I'm noticing is that, like right here, when I go into software updates, this device is actually on October 2022, not 23, 22. So I should be able to upgrade the software to the point where it's actually this year's software. So I'm going to actually do a dedicated video on this device and get into it in a little bit more detail. But right now, it's kind of out. The software is a little bit outdated, so you can see there are a lot of bugs in this device, and it is a little bit laggy and sluggish. But that's not the case when it comes to the Moto G Stylus. It's definitely a much more powerful phone, so I just want to mention that. But when it comes to the cameras on this device, both of these devices, the dominant phone is definitely going to be the Moto G Stylus. And yeah, you can see this thing is taking forever to launch stuff. It's actually freezing and things of that sort. But it says right here that it's because it's downloading the software, and you can see that software isn't up to date. I haven't messed around with this phone in a little bit of time now, so I'm trying to get it up to speed and everything like that. But the Moto G Stylus does have a 50 megapixel camera. This one has a 13 megapixel camera, and they both use pixel binning, but you're gonna get a portrait mode on the G Stylus with a 2 megapixel and a 5 megapixel selfie, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor on the G Stylus as well, with a selfie camera at 8 megapixels, which is gonna be a little bit more improved. So yeah, if you're looking to spend a little bit more money and kind of just use this device right here, the G Stylus, I think it's definitely going to be a huge upgrade from the G Pure. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section about both of these phones. I'm really liking the Moto G Stylus for sure. I definitely think it has a really good feel in the hand. It's also at a low price point right now, so you could pick it up very easily, and it's just going to be very snappy when it comes to its older phone right here, which is the Pure. But hopefully you guys did find this video helpful. If you're still here, just type down below I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people and help beat the engagement and the YouTube algorithm. So I'll check you guys on the next video. Later, crew. Peace.